afternoon and happy 1st of July, new month, new day to start. Let's get her rolling.
Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
Here locally in the community. Make sure y'all go check out New Cat Body by Jeremy Campbell.
Good afternoon, greetings and salutations, Lions fan. Yes, I am a part of the Do Crew. I do subscribe to Lions Talk Live in the mornings there with Dan Thornton, and he goes live often. Dan Leonard is incommunicado because he's stuck taking care of some things not at his house, but he will be in as soon as he can if possible. That being said, so a couple of beat writers have warned the Lions that signing Micah Davenport might have been a huge mistake, which we've all said before. Good afternoon, Ricky Sakat. How you doing? Restream is being stupid again for a minute, so I'm only live on YouTube and into the Roku app, of course, because those are the most important ones for me. I'm trying to share it everywhere else right now. Hopefully he can make it here before we're done. That would be nice. But that being said, on with the show. Said that Marcus Davenport over the last few years hasn't played very many games. Shocker! Like we didn't know that. But when he's been on the field, he's been effective. And I'm hoping that what happens is he ends up not being the actual starter and the predominant one on the field because it will help prolong that health for him. I think he just doesn't have a body that can withstand the rigors of playing every down in the NFL. I also think it would help him have a longer career. Some of the guys said that at Minnesota that the coaches said they thought he was ready to go earlier than not showing up at all. But that's up to him. Somebody knows their body better than most people do. So I'm not going to be too up in arms over it. So how was everybody's weekend? Did you guys have a good one? Mine was actually okay. I hope yours was too. Other than that, there isn't a lot out there to talk about, is there? There's rumors. Should the Lions sign Ryan Tannehill? I think only if Hooker looks bad in the first two preseason games. Then maybe bring in a vet like Hooker or Colt McCoy. It's amazing how many people actually. Oh, and lo and behold, we have a Von Doom sighting.
What's
I hear
hold
you loud
on.
and clear. For some reason, Restream started not showing people when they take themselves off camera. I don't know what did it, but it is what it is. You're still in here and we can hear you. Hey, wow! Look at that guy. Got a goatee and everything.
Yes, sir.
He's even got hair on the top of his head. That's scary.
I know I'm kind of pretty. It happens.
Boy, you do look like Jay Glazer right now. Same complexion.
I won't smoke on camera.
That's okay. So, hey, Christina Payne, good to see you. Thank you for hopping in. We appreciate it.
So I made that whole process take probably about 20 minutes longer than it should have because I argued with him how freaking plate readers are entrapment.
This time of the year, news is so dead. Dad, would you train? We just got that turd off the roster. No way.
Hey, an argument can be made that Will Harris does know the playbook.
Yeah, and executed it poorly.
That's beside the point.
And Ricky Sakat says, "Holy shit, he is real. The man, the myth, the legend, Von Doom." Somebody let Orlando know Von Doom's in here
Ah,
so he can cash app us to see the VD titties. Thank you, Christina, for reminding everyone. Yes, don't forget while you're here, if you're not subscribed, at least hit the like. But we'd prefer you to be subscribed. Right now, we're sitting at 458 followers on YouTube. 459. We just went up one right
let's
now
go.
as we spoke. Christina, you haven't met him yet, but the voice you hear and don't see is Von Doom. There he is. There's Von Doom.
W. Boggs? Wow, I am so insulted. I am way prettier than him.
Stop. Be
And I don't have
nice.
an extra butt on my face.
Hey, that's one of his friends. That's why she said that.
Just saying. And my tan is way better than Will's.
That goes without saying. My tan is better than Will's, and I
I
don't
got
have.
I, I got my Mexican summer going.
Like I said, now, now you have the complexion of Jay Glazer. By midsummer, it'll be much darker.
Yes, sir, it will.
There, she said it. Does that make you feel better? She said, "Hey, Von Doom."
Thank you. Much better.
So, a Minnesota beat writer warned us that Davenport might be exactly what we thought he were. Everyone's tan is better than mine. Yeah, but women look good with or without tans.
But that tan, man.
Stop.
I grew up a beach kid, man. I got spoiled.
Christina Payne is one of the collectors that follows Will, for the sports memorabilia and stuff like that. But she should follow you because you actually make your own sports memorabilia.
Dude, I haven't made something in so long.
The
Once
table's
this summer's over.
done,
Well,
right?
yeah, the table, but man, like I haven't been painting nothing, ain't been doing anything. All I've been doing is working and sleeping.
Well, that's your fault.
Well, yeah, because I like money,
That and you never half-ass anything.
pretty much. And I have a really weak pullout game, so I got a lot of kids to pay for.
And that's right. You weren't on the Father's Day show, so we could say that to everybody either. Von Doom, she needs your link and she will support. So if you go to YouTube and just copy and paste whatever link you're using for your stuff, she'll support.
Okay.
But we are working on the KCB Sports Network page. I'll be posting some stuff on there later today. I just haven't. Yesterday was a lazy day. I ain't gonna lie.
Um, you know what I did all day yesterday?
Slept.
Nope. I played MLB The Show 2024 till 5 a.m. this morning. Went to bed, got up at 8 o'clock this morning, and started my day.
Ricky Sakat, you're right. But you know what I want out of Davenport? It's exactly what I said: a situational pass rusher and his vet leadership. That means more to this team right now than actually him being on the field all the time.
If Davenport could stay healthy, he's a 10 sack a year guy. But he's proven over the past like 3 to 5 years that that's not him anymore.
Right. Because he hasn't been healthy since his New Orleans Saints days. The last healthy season he had was his second year, wasn't it? In the
I
league?
believe. Something like that. Like, yes, he's a very talented player. He's made of glass. It happens.
He's Ziggy Ansah 2.0.
He's DeAndre Swift after 20 carries.
I just said that in another show about the Bears overpaying for Swift at $8 million and a guy that gets hurt or disappears after 15 touches. It's an overpay.
Yes and no. It depends what he can do in those 15 touches. Because they do have freaking Roshan Johnson and Khalil Herbert, so it could be a good triumvirate there.
Sports Illustrated put out a report they might be shopping Herbert because it's the last year of his rookie deal.
Who really needs a running back now, though?
The Giants.
We absolutely do not.
I'm just messing with you.
Dude, as unspectacular as he is, Devin Singletary does the same production as him and did the same production as Saquon Barkley
I know.
at a fraction of the price.
I know. I was being a smart ass is all I was doing.
And I really like that undrafted rookie that we signed,
Oh, who'd you sign?
DeAndre Miller,
Oh, yeah.
kid out of West Virginia, the kid they call Turbo.
Gotcha. But it is good to have you back on the show. And yes, he may be bitter, but in a way, he's kind of right because there was times when it was said it was a minor injury, and he was only supposed to miss like 2 to 4 weeks, and Marcus Davenport would miss 8 to 10 weeks for that same injury. It's lacking his heart to want to play in the NFL, is what they were talking about.
Realistically, that could 100% be what it is because once you get that bag, why do you care anymore? Unless you truly have a desire for greatness, once you get the bag, there's no point to even try because that's just guaranteed money they got.
Right. That's why paying somebody after they have a great contract year makes no sense versus paying somebody before they have it.
I agree with that too, but then you had the same thing with the rookie thing where there was no rookie wage cap. You had guys like Sam Bradford getting $65 million guaranteed to do nothing. Jamarcus Russell paid what, like 58 for 13 starts?
Yep. and ended up being out of the league halfway through the second year.
I think they should completely rework the contracts that they have and base it off of production.
Comments are rolling through slow today. It's been that issue with YouTube everywhere. I've noticed it on other shows too. It's a YouTube issue.
You probably need to update your servers again.
Yep, that's what I'm thinking. And there's an easy way for me to fix that. Let me make sure my volume's down. I can go here and I can have them come right up on my phone. I did that Friday night because the same thing was happening. Like halfway through the show, the comments just weren't coming at all. So
I
I
already
read the
took it.
comments. Say what?
I was just
I
looking at
just
my
read.
hand.
I just read the comments off my phone.
I already took a chunk out of the new tattoo.
Damn! Why'd you go and do that for?
I was working.
Oh, that'll do it.
For what I do to get a tattoo on the top of your hand is kind of stupid as shit, but I wanted it for years, and I said, F it and got it.
Cool looking compass.
It is, and it's going to go into a whole storm piece that goes up the whole arm. August 25th or 26th, we're doing the whole arm.
That's awesome though.
I like needle therapy.
Sorry, Van Doom, can't find your channel.
I don't have a YouTube channel. I have a TikTok, and yeah, that's it right now. I deleted my Facebook page and everything. I
Hey,
was just tired of
Will!
people.
It's Will.
It's Billiam.
BCP. Actually, I've been on a couple of his lives lately. He's went live a couple times in the past week.
Is he at least ripping cars, or is he just talking?
Uh, there's guys in there ripping cards or showing off what they're collecting and stuff like that. It's pretty cool.
Billiam needs to send me a link then. I love cards.
I will get it for you and email it to you.
Okay.
That's not a problem.
I'm going to start investing in Gunnar Henderson cards.
Yeah, you might want to do it now.
Yeah. Uh-huh. He's going to win Rookie of the Year this year. No doubt about it.
Very well. Very
He's
well.
on pace for what, like 45, 50 home runs as a rookie?
Now they're coming up. Now that I'm in here, it's weird. They're coming up on here at the exact same time. It makes no sense.
Did you see the Pistons gave Cade a 5-year, like $226 million?
No, that wasn't Cade. They signed Tobias Harris to a 2-year, $52 million contract.
Go look. I'm pretty sure they said Cade got extended.
I
5
haven't
years.
seen it yet, but I know that the Tobias Harris trade was made this morning.
I hate that trade too.
It wasn't a trade. They signed him.
Well, you just said it was a trade.
I didn't mean trade. They traded for Tim Hardaway. Tobias Harris,
Ew.
a 2-year, $52 million deal with the Pistons. That just reported at 9:15 this morning. That's the only signing that's done.
Tim Hardaway? Yuck.
Yeah, we traded for Tim Hardaway. But what we gave up and what we got in return was pretty cool. Because we gave up that Quentin Grimes that's done nothing, got Tim Hardaway and 2/3 or 2 second-round picks. Tim Hardaway did great in the regular season, disappeared in the playoffs.
Where do you think Klay Thompson goes? Hopefully like China, because he's washed.
But Tobias Harris has been decent and been on some winning teams lately and
Mhm.
done well. I still think that the Lions need to either move on from Struble or Flaherty or both.
Dude, we've been arguing that in the chat for days now.
I think it's
Right.
the Struble one that makes more sense because you'll get more for him.
Like, don't get me wrong, you're going to get some value for Flaherty because he's still a good pitcher. But Scooble's going to bring you what you need to actually build that franchise up.
Okay, I guess Cade did just get his bag.
and Patrick Kane re-signed with the Red Wings.
Yeah, we knew that. Kane signed way earlier.
The Red Wings are probably like one of my least favorite franchises in any sport. I hate their name so much.
Why? Is it because it's what it is associated with sexually?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I earned mine on accident too, but I don't hate the Red Wings for it.
Nah. F that.
Nah, nah. It's just a little salty.
Nah. Homie, don't play that.
Oh God, I miss
Dude,
that year.
I am so terrible about stuff like that, man. I won't even let pasta be eaten in the house that freaking week of the month. My wife made a bullshit ass comment 20 years ago, and I threw out a full plate of freaking homemade pasta, homemade sauce, and everything. And since then, it's just been nope. It don't happen.
How about some extra chunky chili?
I hope when you go to the bathroom, you have the runs and you have one ply toilet paper, sir. Just a little poke.
So let's go and see exactly what this Cade signing is, so I can announce it. 4-year, $45 million contract. That's
For
the contract could reach around 270 million, or 30% of the cap once it's set next summer.
yep,
So that's 45 million a year, not for 2 years. So so much for trading Cade in the last year of his rookie control of his contract.
well, Detroit's done stupider
Woody,
shit.
Woody Bach in here. What that is the Wild and Woody show.
Woody,
Oh, we just talked about Cade getting his bag, and I still think the Tigers should trade away Scrubble and get a bet. I honestly like the Baltimore deal the best.
trade him to New York so he's not wasted.
Why Baltimore's
Yes.
got a better record right now? They can win that division.
Yeah, but they'll give up all their players to do it. Just take Spencer Jones and some BS pitching prospect.
No, that's not what we're trying to do here. We're trying to build our team, not help you.
We'll give you Stanton too. He'll help you if you ever make it to September.
Ugh. You can keep Stan and 100% of that overbloated salary.
His salary is really what I want gone because I really want to re-sign freaking
I know you do.
Soto.
I'll tell you what. I'll only take Stanton if you take Javi Baez.
No. We could do that trade, but you're gonna have to take Rizzo and
No,
what the
no,
heck's his name? Lamontague as well.
no, 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 no,
No,
no.
Rizzo and Torres.
No, if you want to give up Stanton in that trade, you have to take Baez.
That doesn't
Woody
help me.
Bach, you're absolutely right. What we need is 2 or 3 more consistent bats in our lineup. And what Baltimore's offering is a consistent bat, a major league pitcher, and
Who are they?
two of their top prospects.
What bat are they offering?
The guy without pop, the guy that just hits, he's got like a 278 batting average right now. He's consistent. He's had 1 home run and he's got like a dozen RBIs.
Kirstead?
Yeah.
He's got more home runs than one. I think he hit like 2 the other night.
Well, maybe the other night, but I'm just saying at the time. Good morning, Matt Henry. Good to see you here. Scrubble Invest. Give me Basalo, Kerstad, and Mayo. What's that guy's name you were talking about?
Kirstead?
Yeah.
Heston
Kirsten,
Kirstead.
somebody off the back end of their rotation, and 2 prospects.
Get Colton Cowser.
Why, is he good?
Yeah.
Gotcha,
Spencer
Wood.
Jones is good too, though. Just saying. Dude went 4 for 5 with 7 RBIs the other night.
I just know that Scott Harris said the 2 offers that looked the best was Baltimore's and the Dodgers.
What do the Dodgers even have?
Who? Shohei? No, just kidding. Yes,
Dude,
Colton is a dog. Smoking Dad comes in and says, "Good morning, guys."
like seriously, if they were to give up Shohei, all that is your owner pulling a Jerry Jones and saying, "Hey, we just want to sell tickets. We don't care about winning."
Right, I know. It was a joke. It was a joke because he can't pitch right now.
Exactly.
Yeah, that I don't care. I'm back. I'm happy you're here and you acknowledged us, Dad. Says good afternoon to Will.
God damn, I am so tired.
In a perfect world, Krauser, Basello, Kerstad, and Stowers.
Yeah. Ooh, but in a better world,
And
Spencer
they take Baez.
Jones and
Wait,
Mike Stanton.
in a perfect world, they take Baez in that trade too.
Hey man, Stanton would give you guys some veteran leadership.
Screw veteran leadership. I want a bat that stays healthy throughout the season.
He hits home runs and has a good freaking on base percentage.
Yeah, when he's on the field.
So you just DH him and don't let him in the field.
Not for his money. Glad to see everybody hopping in. And I get it. The Minnesota beat writers mad because Davenport didn't want to play for a team that was going nowhere with no quarterbacks playing at the time. I'd have sat out too. I'd have sat home and got half my money. How about you, Von Doom?
Probably. No, not really, because the best part about being on defensive football is the violence. I mean,
Yes, I saw that about Heston Hura.
man, that's because we all understand that the Tigers front office is morons. They like high school kids more than freaking Wander Franco. Right, Woody?
Yep. There's so many players that we've let go out of the farm system or let somebody have somebody because they weren't playing in the majors. They go somewhere else and they have a good year or even a good career. It's kind of saddening, you know. I'm at the point where I'm ready to put a billboard on top of LCA because it's right there by Comerica Park, facing Comerica Park, and it's going to say "Go Pistons" and take the Tigers with you. Sell the teams.
You know, a lot of these guys, though, that they let go and they go to other places and they perform better. Like, there's a lot of factors that go into that. Sometimes it's the freaking dynamic of the team there. The coaching doesn't know what they're doing with the player. They can't develop them properly. Or like with guys in New York, they just can't handle the media pressure. Like Zach Greinke, one of the best pitchers of the past 20 years, right?
Until he got to New York.
It was absolute dog crap in New York. Goes back out to Kansas City or wherever he went, and guys are freaking Cy Young again because he couldn't handle the pressure.
Right, he needs to be in a mid market where the pressure's not as high from the media. Greinke
Exactly.
was never good in his interviews post game with the Royals, let alone in New York.
So, exactly. Like Dranky had horrible anxiety.
Yeah, I know that Navigado, he looks like he'll be good, but what's the average speed in Toledo for pitching? If it's not above 93, he won't be as good in the major leagues is the problem. And Vlade's batting 314. I know we got some dogs in AAA right now. And Spencer Torkelson actually had a night the other night and then went back right to missing everything under the sun.
Huh. Oh,
He
yeah,
had
for that one day, he forgot that he wasn't in college anymore.
right. He had 2 home runs. He was 3 for 4 that night and 6 ribbies.
I don't understand what
And then
that
the
guy's
next day
issue
he was
is.
0 for 4. Did you hear me, Doom?
Yeah, 6 ribbies the next night, 0 for 4. I don't know what that dude's issue is.
Yep, Jim Bunning went to New York and won 20 games for the next 3 seasons because the Tigers have always done that.
It's terrible. Like, as much as I love New York sports, that media out there hurts them so much. It's not funny.
And there's some guys that are quiet and reserved and it's not anxiety and they handle that media pressure fine because they ignore it.
Eli Manning.
I'll tell you what, he's the most clutch postseason quarterback there was, but regular season he was meh. But you're right, he did go do his job. He didn't talk. He didn't let the pressure get to him.
And yes, he was mid in the regular season, but you know what? He beat Brady, stopped the freaking perfect season. That makes that guy the best quarterback in history.
Oh, I know. I watched a big then of course there was Max Scherzer. Oh yeah. Let's sign
Max Scherzer.
Justin and let Max walk and he goes and wins the World Series with the Nationals. Through what? 3 complete games, no hitters that year?
Man, Verlander was freaking consistent for years, so you have to resign him there. But they should have resigned them both.
But we could only afford to do one at the time.
That's not true. The salary cap in baseball is a complete joke. All you have to do is not be freaking afraid to freaking pay a little luxury tax and pay them both. Hell, the Yankees, the Red Sox, the Dodgers do it all the time.
You know why I say we shouldn't have paid them both?
Why?
The very next year, Verlander missed 90% of the season due to his shoulder injury. Came back, had a great year, got the Cy Young, damn near won the MVP the year that Cabrera won it because he had the Triple Crown,
Yeah.
and then was injured the next season. Scherzer didn't get injured until just recently, right? It was like the last couple of years he's dealt with some injuries. Yeah,
Yes.
the pitching rotation was great. That bullpen, ooh, that was rough. But you remember who was the Nate we had? They called him the Bulldog. Was it Nate Robertson?
I think so.
And we had Rick Porcello, Max Scherzer, and Verlander. And then we had a guy that was supposed to be nothing, and he had a decent year and won us like 12 games. I know Verlander is a Detroit legend. Wasn't the other guy Armando Galarraga?
I don't recall.
Because he would have had a perfect game had they not screwed up the play at first base and got swept by the San Francisco Giants. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Hey JB, I'm getting a message here. I have to call somebody.
Hop back in if you can. We'll be on for a little bit longer.
Oh, hey, buddy. I'll talk to you in a bit. Later.
Then Joel Zamaya getting hurt playing Guitar Hero and trying to blame it on helping his dad move. That's some pretty intense Guitar Hero. Yes, the perfect game. And do you remember right at like an hour afterwards, the ump was crying and apologizing for messing that call up? Who was that? Was that Jim West? Was that Angel? Which one was it? I can't remember if it was, I think it was Jim West because Angel Hernandez was just horrible at calling balls and strikes. Then, of course, we know we had the debacle that was the USA flag football team going out and laying an egg versus the Japanese flag football team. Yeah, this happened just last week. The USA flag football team lost to Japan, and not by a little. It was like 42-17. It was a god awful performance. How does the country that create a sport be worse than the team that just started doing it 2 years ago? I was watching one podcaster and he was saying, "Why am I watching a team that looks like Wonder Bread playing for America?" I about died. I couldn't believe he said it. Yes, we are losing dominance in American sports. And it's because we're not putting the best teams out there. Call it for what it is. I started going back and rewatching the last 14 games that Clark has been in. Do you realize she'd have 50 less turnovers if her teammates could catch a damn pass? I swear it looks like Pat Mahomes throwing to their receivers last year in 2023. I'm not talking about the passes that were behind people. I'm talking about the ones that hit them in the hands. Oh, they're like, oh, look at that. They all learned how to catch from Kadarius Stonehands Jabroni, who was taught by Eric Ebron. Yes, I agree. We stray away from fundamentals. Look at the basketball. Luca, Giannis, Jokic. Right. We are all about this high flying, high scoring stuff. No hand check, no real defense allowed anymore. Yeah, it is. I'm not even counting the ones where she actually made a semi bad pass. It still hit her teammate, but they weren't looking for it. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about the ones where it hit them in the hands. I swear I thought Kadarius Tony was a woman. I figured out what happened to Cam Sutton last year. He attended Eli Apple and Stevie Wonder's school of cornerbacks for coverages, blind and not existent. Hopefully, the Pittsburgh Steelers can right that ship again. That cornerback school is called the Burnt Toast University. Guaranteed to give up the most yards in a season by any corner if you attend there. Somebody please keep every corner in safety from the Lions away from that school ever again. Their brightest student was first-year interception king Trayvon Diggs. Then he learned how to cover and realized interceptions are not the way. Where did Eli Apple go to college? Oh, yeah, it was Ohio State. Burnt Toast University. I'm on one today, guys. But yes, Miggy worked with Torque and Riley Green that year. Both of them started raking the ball last season. Riley Green kept those fundamentals that Miggy taught him, and somehow over the offseason, Torque lost it. Jokic can't run fast, can't jump. He's not the best shooter, second round pick, but he does the little things. Yes, he does all the little things. He rallies his team around him. I'm just glad the chat started working. I don't have to watch my show anymore. You see the post about Carlton Davis and man, which I'm sure you already know, but yeah. Carlton Davis, he's hit or miss in man. And it's due to his size. He's not that tall of a corner. He isn't super fast. But yeah, I've seen it. And I'm not gonna dwell on it because he has good numbers. So let's talk about things we can talk about. What's your realistic expectations for the defense this year? As improved as it is, I don't think they're going to jump up into the top 10. Green, if he'd have played for anybody else, he would have been recognized as a superstar, a COVID era player who was a monster. Hmm. Woody, what's your realistic expectation for the Lions defense? We were 22nd in scoring last year, 29th in passing, third in rushing. Overall, where do you think we're going to end up? I'm trying to be realistic. I'm not saying he's the man or a great player, just I understand it, bub. Yeah. Yep. I think at best we're going to be in the middle teens as a defense. I think the passing game is going to increase greatly and the running game is going to stay where it's at, but it's going to meet in the middle, somewhere around 12 to 17. But if we'd have had the 12th or 17th ranked defense last year, we'd have been in the Super Bowl and probably won it. Does anybody disagree with that statement? Me personally, I was hoping for the 15th. I think depth will help us having fresh legs on the field. Absolutely. And I've been saying this since we signed him, even before we signed Davenport. I kind of want Betts to be the starter because I think it allows everybody else to just come in with fresh legs and just be a pass rushing misguided missile like we should have used Jared Davis. I look for Campbell to take a step forward. I think our passing defense will be better. On accident, it'll be better. Right now, if you think about it, we're talking about Carlton Davis, Terrion Arnold, and then either of these three will be the nickel. Amik Robertson, Ennis Rakestraw, and everybody forgets there's a guy coming off an injury back too, Emmanuel Mosley. That's our starting 4 or 5 right there. You haven't even gotten to Gilmore, Dorsey, or Vildor yet. Yes, and also our offense will determine a lot with the time of possession. What we need to do is not go away from what was working in the first half, which we did all year offensively and defensively. We went away from what worked in the first half, making adjustments when adjustments weren't necessary, is what I saw. And somebody tried to argue with me that we just couldn't run in the third quarter. I said, "What? We ran it one time and fumbled on the first play we had the ball. San Francisco got the ball first, went down, kicked a field goal. We received the ball on the first play. Jameer Gibbs went to run. It was a bad exchange. I don't know whose fault it was. I'm not putting blame on anybody, but he never truly had the ball secure, and it got punched out right at the line. No yards gained. It was a rush for 0 yards, but it was a fumble lost. And we never ran the ball again in the third quarter. We didn't run the ball till after the second failed fourth down attempt. And that was what was atrocious to me. And Woody Buck says, I think with think Goff not being that big play and with and utilizing the run game and short to medium range gains, keeping the ball out of the other team's hands and getting out of rhythm. Right. Yes. Corner depth and with these ball hawk safeties and Campbell being so mobile, we can attain some pressure. Could be a great combo. I think the biggest offseason addition for this defense, draft or free agency, was DJ Reader. I understand this is his second injury on the other leg, but if he can stay healthy, it doesn't matter who's opposite Aiden Hutchinson. They're all going to be more successful because the interior D line is going to be taking up 3 to 4 guys at a time every play. Because our defensive interior is going to garner 2 to 4 guys to block them. Because if you double Aleem, Reader's going to get free. If you double Reader, Aleem's going to get free, which is going to help the other defensive end because either way, the defensive ends are going to benefit from that because the quarterbacks are going to be flushed to them by a collapsing interior pocket. That, and everybody doesn't realize, but guess who was taking all the first team snaps while Reader's been out? It wasn't Mikai Wingo. It wasn't Levi Amuzuriki. It wasn't Josh Pascal or John Kaminsky. It was Broderick Martin. Because if Aleem, because Aleem's lining up in the DT1 position next to the left defensive end, Reader's supposed to be lining up in the defensive 2 position. So if Aleem gets through, it's going to flush him towards the right defensive end. If Reader gets through, it's going to flush him towards the left defensive end. Both those guys, who's ever there, will benefit from more sack opportunities. And the only reason why I think Matthew Betts should have the leg up starting is how he plays the run game. If Davenport can be 40% of what he was with Betts on the other side with McNeil and Reeder in the middle, and then Hutchinson, whoo, hoo, 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 splash in a healthy James Houston. And if James Houston is not 100% healthy and can't take a snap in the preseason training camp, I have a feeling he might be the odd man out because I've heard that Levi's been looking really good, and so has Mekhi Wingo. And Pascal has been showing signs of improvement. And Kaminsky, he's the guy that comes in when Hutch is off the field. And that's why I think Kaminsky makes the team. He's cemented in because he's the one. He goes, yes, Martin had a transformation. And the hard work shows. Well, we're at that time where I got to start talking about sponsors, and we all know our favorite one. It doesn't pay me a dime. It's FTP. Fornicate the Packers for the pride. Flint Township Police, if you want. I don't care. But put the FTP in the chat because we all know they love to see that from us. It's our favorite thing for them to see. Davey, good to see you, brother. I'm just saying, I'm excited to see what this defense has the possibility of being, despite the ineptitudes I've seen from AG over the last 3 years. Every year we said, wow, we got better corners this year. I like Pascal in the middle and love that he can do either. And he's probably not going anywhere because he's just coming into his third season and he's the healthiest he's been since he's been here. Levi, on the other hand, he might end up being trade bait. Nobody even considers that. What if Levi is having a good year? And we're doing good and he's not on the field, but he's having a good year. When he's on the field, he's making some attempts and plays. Wouldn't it be nice if we could get something for him? Food for thought. And of course, right here in Flint, Michigan, where the tires are good, but the water's shit, we have Brandon Service selling used tires starting at $40, located at the corner of South Grand Traverse and West Atherton Road in Flint Township, Michigan. If you need new tires, call and get your quote 810-233-8230. We will get you your quote. Mention this ad if you need a set of tires and we will get them for you for $10 off a set. Yes, yes, I saw the Pistons sign Tobias Harris for 2 years and $52 million. I saw we just signed Cade for 4 years at $45 million a year. 30% of the salary cap on one guy. It's just fresh legs, bro. We have so many options everywhere. Yeah, but everybody forgets that Emmanuel Mosley, when he was healthy, he was a dog for San Francisco. I want to see if we can get that out of him again. Can you imagine if he's balling out this year and we have to say, wow, who do we want to be our CB1? Mosley, Amik, or Carlton? And we know Arnold, Terrion Arnold's looking like CB2. The tires are good, but the water is shit. You like that one, huh, brother? Oh, well, guys, I love talking with you, but it is time for me to head out. I got some things to do around the house today, and try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. That's the only way to make the world a better place. It starts right here.
Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.